Cool. So today we're playing Smolder. I picked this. I like to blind pick this champion no matter what because I think he's a really strong champion right now in the meta. I think he has the best scaling out of any marksman, and his laning phase is actually surprisingly strong for a champion that scales as well as he does. I think he also has a lot of tools to like mitigate his weaknesses in lane. Like he has really good wave clear with his W that prevents dives. And it's really hard to dodge as well, so you can actually poke the enemy down quite reliably. In this game, I'm playing Smolder, Janna versus Draven, Maokai. This is a pretty tough lane. I'm forced to take cleanse because if Maokai presses W on me, I pretty much have to cleanse or I die. Also, Maokai is really good into Janna as well, since he can once again just press W on her, and it's really hard for her to play. This game, I'm looking to just play as safely as possible in lane and just avoid deaths as much as possible and try and farm and get XP where I can. I do expect to be denied a lot of farm though in this lane, which is fine because we make up for it by scaling. But yeah, just looking to play really safe in lane. I do end up making quite a few mistakes this game, so I think it's a good game to look at. Because even though we make a lot of mistakes, we do end up winning the game. So here, I don't mind leashing my jungler because I know I can't get pushed anyway. I'm not really scared of hate-shaking Draven in this Tribusher because Draven without 2 axes isn't even that strong level 1. He kind of needs 2 axes to be able to fight. So here we see them in lane. I just want to just poke them out with my W, just like that, and just try and farm. I don't want to ever trade orders with Draven because his orders are a lot stronger than mine. One tip when you play versus Draven as well is it's really easy to hit skill shots onto him because his movement is very predictable since he has to catch the axe. So when he goes to like catch his axe, that's when you can time your W to hit him as he catches the axe. It's the same with any skill shot champion like Ziggs, Varus, or anything. Here I see my Briar is on Krugs, so I know she's going to want to gank bot after her Krugs. Either that or she plays invade on the enemy jungler's bot side. So here I'm just trying to bait them to go onto me so my Briar can kill them. We end up getting the kill on Maokai, which is nice. It goes to Janna, but it doesn't matter because like the important thing about getting a jungle gank like this in a lane in which you are getting hard pressured is to just alleviate the pressure. Here I failed my W flash on Smolder. I think I flashed W instead of pressing W flash. You can actually W flash on Smolder and it makes the W come out a lot faster. But I think I end up failing it here, so unlucky. As a result, Draven gets a kill, which is not ideal. But I'm still chilling because this gank has alleviated a lot of pressure for our lane. Draven used both sums and so did Maokai, so it's a lot harder for them to kill us now. I did use both of my sums as well, but it's fine to trade resources evenly in lanes in which you lose because like since you're already losing the lane, if you trade evenly then you're chilling because trading evenly means that you're scaling into the game. When you're playing like the Draven side of this lane, you pretty much don't want to trade evenly at all. You want to get like really positive trades, whether that be positive HP trades, positive summon or spell trades, etc. So here I end up making a mistake, pretty sure. Yeah, I walk into Maokai and I get W'd and I get one shot. I was just playing too cocky. I wanted to get stacks onto them, but in the process, I walked up too close to Maokai and got W'd in one shot. Well, thank God they're nerfing Maokai's support next patch because this thing is just kind of broken. Like he just walks up to you and presses W and gets a kill. Cringe. Anyways, I don't end up missing too much, so it's not the end of the world. I just missed one cannon. Although it's very like it's not ideal at all to die in this kind of lane. The goal in this kind of lane, when you're a lot weaker in lane, is to just scale and not die. It's fine to like give up CS here and there, because you're expected to go down some CS, but you really don't want to die. But anyways, it is what it is. Sometimes you make mistakes, so you just have to adapt. So now, I know my Janna wants to base, so I'm looking to push the next wave out. I ward because Echo could be bot side in theory if he does clear down. But we do see him on grubs here instead, so I'm chilling. So I'm chill to just push this wave in here.
Skies, land, flame. I was born to rule them all.
Yeah, once again, when you play Smolder, you want to try and get as many stacks as fast as possible. So at like any opportunity, just try and hit your spells onto the enemies. It's like what I'm trying to do here. Trying to just peg them down so I can get stacks. So here, my Janna makes the same mistake that I do, and she walks up into W range of Maokai. She gets chunked as a result. One thing that you guys should do when you're playing versus an engage support is if they engage onto your support, then use that as an opportunity to trade damage onto the enemy ADC. Because if their support engages onto your support, then the ADC wants to hit your support as well. So they can only hit one person at a time, right? So while they're hitting your support, you should hit them, because they can't hit you back. If they do hit you back, then they won't hit your support, and your support can live. It's like a win-win situation. Anyways, here my Katarina commits to a really psycho roam where she gives up like 3 to 4 waves mid and like 3 plates to try and find something bot. It's a really bad play by her, but I try my hardest to make it work for her. I end up dying because of it. It still is my fault for dying there, but I really wanted my Katarina to get something from that play because of how much she gave mid. But yeah, still it's a mistake on my part. Anyways, now we just come back out into lane here. Draven's has gotten 2 kills now, so he's going to be quite strong. So once again, even though I've died twice, the plan still is to just farm and stabilize the game right now, and just keep trying to get stacks. Once we get out of laning phase, so like after 14 minutes, the game will be a lot easier for us. But we just have to pretty much survive until then, from this point forward. Yeah, so when you play Smolder and you're farming the minions, try and get like multiple stacks with each Q. So try and prep the minions like this, and then Q like multiple minions at once, so you get multiple stacks. Also, one little tip on Smolder is that if you Q a minion and the splash damage hits the champion, then you get a stack off the champion. So try and like angle your Qs in a way in which you can hit both. Here my jungler's top side and their jungler's bot side, so I know that they can dive off this wave, so I'm just trying to chunk them as much as possible right here. So I ult just to chunk the Draven, so it makes their dive a lot harder. Unfortunately, at this point, I realized they can still probably dive us from 100 to 0, because Maokai W just means that I can't move. That one's champion. So I decided to concede some of the wave here. I walk back up and I think it's safe. I think it's safe to walk up here because I have Janna ult. As you can see, Janna ult keeps us safe here. And then just take note of how the early poke that I landed onto Draven actually results in us getting a kill here because of it. So just keep in mind that any poke that you can land in lane actually adds up and makes a big difference in spots like this, right? Because if Draven wasn't poked out, then maybe we would have died there, and then the game would have been a lot harder. But just try and poke them out whenever you can. It's a good fundamental to have. So now we're chilling. Dragon's coming up soon, so ideally we want to take the dragon if possible. When you're playing a scaling bot lane versus a very aggressive, strong early game bot lane like this, getting dragons is huge because they should be the ones who are stacking dragons. Since they're stronger around bot side, right? So in theory, like you shouldn't be able to take dragon off them since they're stronger than you. So taking any dragon is really, really valuable. Draven Ints here, which is really, really good for us. Pretty much means that we can start dragon again.
Oh
So ideally, now that Draven's dead, I don't really want to hit dragon. I want to like push my wave in and deny Draven even more. But like once again, I told you guys how important it is to be able to get dragons when you're scaling. Because the dragons make you scale even harder. And also, the enemy team wants to stack dragons versus a scaling comp, because having 3 dragons pretty much means that the enemy team is forced to fight you on the 4th dragon, right? And that's pretty much how you beat scaling comps. You want to put them on a timer to fight you. Anyways, we get dragon here, so we're chilling. Draven is like emotional or something, so he flashes onto me randomly. And walks into my turret. That's really, really, really nice of him. One thing that I'm tracking this game is the enemy Yasuo. I know that he's really fed because he got a lot of plates and gold. So I'm just constantly just monitoring like the mid lane situation, because the Yasuo can carry this game if he gets fed enough. It's just something to keep in mind. And that guy trolls here as well, so we get another free kill. Yep. And then we get another free kill. I didn't even think that was possible. But somehow it is, so I'm chilling. So once again, when you play Smolder, just try and stack multiple minions with your Q, which is what I'm trying to do here. I just prep the minions and then Q them all at the same time. So I get 3 stacks instead of 1.
Oh, okay.
When you play a stacking champion like Smolder or Senna, just have that mindset that every single stack matters. So you want to maximize them as much as possible. But now I'm chilling, so once again I'm looking at mid. I see that Yasuo is really far ahead in XP and he's broken the entire turret. And then my team ints here, so they get 2 kills again. But it's nice of Draven to also int here and give us a free kill in return. So right now, my mindset at this point in time is that this game is going to come down to me versus Yasuo on who can carry harder. Since I know that Draven is kind of inting, so he's kind of out of the game. So I see Yasuo as their biggest threat, because I'm the person that has the most gold on my team, and Yasuo is the person that has the most gold on his team, right? So like the game's going to become about who can carry harder, either me or Yasuo. That's what like you got to think about when you reach this point in the game. You got to think about more than just your lane opponent. You got to think about the other people on the enemy team as well. So we've lost 2 mid turrets early, which is really, really bad for the map. Mid turrets provide your team a lot of safety in the middle of the map. If you lose them, it gives the enemy team access to a lot more on the map. It like allows them to just walk into your jungle freely, and it makes it a lot harder for people to farm the wave on mid safely. So it's unideal. Here I'm looking to base and start laning mid lane. Unfortunately my base gets cancelled, and then here I think that we can look for a cheese play onto Draven. Since the Yasuo is showing mid lane, I just want to look to cheese Draven here with Briar. It's a pretty low percentage play, but I think in a game state like this, where we're really far behind mid lane, I think it's good to look for cheese plays like this. We get a kill on Draven, but I think we end up overextending too much. And I think Yasuo TPs or something to get here. So we do end up dying, but it was a nice try. Now, since Yasuo is here, I think to myself that I should try and defend this bot turret because I can pretty much like kill the wave safely, and he can't kill me unless I walk into a tornado. Once again, just try and stack as much as possible. I'm just looking to like throw Qs and Ws onto Yasuo so I can get more stacks here. QWE, that's 3 stacks. Here also, I'm just looking to slow down Yasuo as much as possible. And then we want to play for Dragon, right? I could have based earlier for Dragon to spend my gold, but then we would have lost bot turret and I would have been quite late to Dragon. So it's hard to stay. Yeah, we look for playing Yasuo. We almost get him here, but he gets healed at the last second. We do end up killing Makai though, which is nice. So here, I just want to get back to Dragon after doing the wave. One important fundamental to do as an ADC is try and push the wave before you go to an objective. I see a lot of people in like, especially in like diamond and lower elos, that they don't push waves before they go to objectives, and it adds up, and they end up missing like a lot of CS over the game. So each wave is 6 minions, right? That's like around 100 gold. So each wave that you miss, you're missing 100 gold of gold, and then you're also missing XP, right? So like if you miss two to three waves, all of a sudden you missed 300 gold, and that's 1 kill's worth of gold, right? Make sure that before you walk to objectives, just like push the lane that you're in. Whether that's mid, top, or whatever, it doesn't matter, but just push the lane. Especially like when you're playing a stacking champion like Smolder who stacks off minions. You want to play off your waves really well, so try and push waves before you do anything. Like your thought process should be, I want to push the wave and then I want to look for something else. So either push the wave and then do camps, or go to Dragon or whatever. Also here, I'm waiting for my wave to come in, so I take this as an opportunity to farm the Raptors. One thing that you also want to do as an ADC, and especially on ADCs like Smolder who have really good wave clear and camp taking ability, is you want to take camps off cooldown as much as possible. Because you kill them really quickly and they give you golden stacks. So in the mid game portion, which is what I'm in right now, as an ADC, you just want to focus as much as you can on resource collection, on just maximizing your gold. So here, I see that Yasuo is overextended, so I want to push mid and then look to lean bot and look for a kill. I know he has no flash, so if we commit to the roam, he's pretty much dead. So I see this happening. I'm trying to walk bot, but I don't want to get zoned by Draven. I see Draven walk top, so I'll take this as an opportunity to go bot. Has a huge shutdown, so this kill is really big. And I know the puppy can stall him for a while with her ult and her E. I tried to last it to kill. Like, you should try and last it kills as an ADC, but unfortunately there was a wind wall there, so it is what it is. Now, in general, in the mid game, when you make a play on like when you make a play on one side of the map, the enemy team is going to make a play on the other side of the map. So after you finish your play on bot side, just base and try and defend your top play, which is what I do here. It's just how the game works. So now we picked up 3 kills. So it's really good. Once again, just keep playing off your waves. Try and stack on your waves as much as possible here. Whenever like you finish a play, like if you get a few kills, make sure to also push the wave out as well. It's really important that you play off waves. So here, like my wave's pushed in, so now I see it as an opportunity to come and make a play here. We kill Aatrox and Maokai, I think. No, we killed Draven. Okay, nice. So now on my way back to lane, I take the jungle camps. And these guys walk in here, so I'm down to fight as well. Yeah, but now that the play is over, I'm gonna go back to my wave, try and get as many stacks as possible. Get a free kill in Echo. You can play really aggressively on Smolder once you hit your final form, like your true damage Q. Because you have a dash as well, so you can play like in their face and then when they dash onto you, just dash back. At this point we're trying to make a mid play onto the Yasuo. I think we overextend here and we end up dying, which is quite bad. And they get Baron as a result of this as well, so we kind of threw the game. I didn't space well, and it was a bad play to make anyway because the whole team's coming back out onto the map, so we just overextended. We already got a lot, so we should have just taken the tower and based. An oversight though. So now they go Baron, so now map pressure swings back to them. But one thing I want to talk about while I'm dead here is when you're past like the 20-minute point as an ADC, you're pretty much in the late game-ish. So when you're in the late game, you still want to keep resource maxing as much as possible. On the way to plays and on the way to fights, you should like push the waves and also take camps where possible. And just be careful that when you take camps that your jungler might get tilted at you. So if your jungler pings you off camps, just don't take them. But if it's fine with it, just take them. So as you can see here, every time I move to an objective, I first just kill the camp right and the wave. This just ensures that I'm still on the curve when it comes to farming. Because your #1 priority as an ADC is want to get as much gold as possible at all stages of the game. It's a very crucial skill for an ADC. And this is because like your ADC items are so expensive, right? They're amongst the most expensive items in the game, so like you need a lot of gold to be useful on this role. As a result, you should be looking, like your mentality should be, how can I make the most gold? Anyways, there's a fight here. Once again, I'm kiting, I'm playing range here. My team overcommits to the fight, but I just make sure to just remain calm and play at range. A lot of the times I see people who just overcommit like with their team, like if their team engages, they just follow up no matter what, but you want to like really think and play to your strengths. So you want to remain safe and deal as much damage as possible. Don't ever compromise your position, even if your team does. So once again, after the play's over, I'm taking the camps, right? And now I want to base on LDR and stopwatch because I think stopwatch is really good this game. So I calculate quickly that if I take these camps before I base, I'm going to have stopwatch and LDR completed. Once again, just taking the camps here. Trying to stack as well. Make sure to try and stack on the camps as well when you're playing Smolder. So now I have LDR and stopwatch. I'm looking to like fight now because I'm as strong as possible. Oh wait, I think I need another wave for stopwatch. Yeah, it should be after this wave. And now that I have LDR and stopwatch, I'm going to be doing so much damage and I have the survivability of stopwatch, right? stopwatch / Zhonya's is really good on ADC in games where you can afford to build it, and the games where you really need it. I feel like in this game right here, I'm already really fed, so I already have a lot of damage.
Mom always says,
So I can afford to build defensively. If you're really far ahead and if you don't need more damage, because Smolder's passive already gives me like a lot of damage inbuilt, then you can afford to go like a defensive item. I think stopwatch is the best one here as well, or Zhonya's, because if I just survive their one engage onto me, like if I just survive a Yasuo ult, then that's all the juice. Like that's all of the juice that they have on me. So I think in games like this where you only really like, have to survive like one ability, like whether it be a Vi ult or a Yasuo ult, I think stopwatch is really good. So we find them in the jungle here. I didn't even have to end up actually doing anything, which is always nice. It's nice to know that my team's strong without me. I just come in here and clean up. At this point in the game, you're so strong on Smolder that you can be playing very aggressively. Once again, just make sure that you think about, like, that you just do like a threat assessment at this point in the game as well. And just think to yourself, okay, what can kill me on the enemy team? Okay, well, a knock-up is quite dangerous, so I need to watch out for Maokai Q, Aatrox Q, and Yasuo Tornado, right? If they can't, and if they do somehow find a knock-up onto me, I can press Sonya's instantly and then kite out. Yeah, and then also just watch out for Echo. Echo can also one-shot you, so now that you've thought about those things, just keep them in mind before every fight begins, because it's much easier to play a fight out if you think about the things that can kill you beforehand, so you're prepared for them, right? So watch how I play these fights. I just actively try to avoid a knock-up as much as possible, because I thought about it beforehand and I pre-planned it, right? Really important that you pre-plan things in this game. Anyways, once again, I just took like all of the camps before I based, making sure I'm juiced up on stacks and gold.
Maybe it's 'cause no one else can understand her.
No, at this point we're in a pretty winning position. I think the rest of the game is pretty boring. We just slowly like bleed them out and we end up winning the game. So I'll just leave it here, but thank you for watching once again.